Hello everyone, my name's Adam, and in this video I'm going to review the Sony KDL60W630B Smart LED television. It is a native 120 Hertz refresh rate, goes for about $1,100 right now, and it is a beautiful television set. Sony really they put out a lot of nice features. I believe this is the lowest priced television at this size that has, I believe it's called X Pro Reality, which delivers vivid color. It delivers gradations that are nice, the contrast, sharpness, everything looks like you would imagine high definition should be. And really, it puts 4K televisions to shame. Really, with a TV at this quality, I really don't see a need for 4K. I do see a need for higher bit rates for video, because you can definitely see low bit rate video versus like cable television with a TV of this quality and this size. But I'm going to tell you some key features of the television. We have 4 HDMI inputs, 2 USB inputs, component HD, RCA standard definition, and we also have RF and Ethernet, because this is a smart television, so it can connect to the internet either through Wi-Fi or through a Cat5 or Cat6 cable. So let's actually go into the menu right now. Please zoom in on the TV for me, cameraman. I'm going to go to the home menu, which is where all the action lives. And right now we have apps loaded up. As you can see, all kinds of things: Netflix, Amazon Instant Video, YouTube, Hulu Plus, AccuWeather, Facebook, Skype. Yes, you can plug a web camera into this TV. TED. You should see the list of apps. This is just a small amount of the apps that you can get. You can also do music. Music from Vivo, which is YouTube, and different music videos. And we are connected to the internet right now through Wi-Fi. So it's a little bit sluggish. That's one of the downsides to TVs like this. This is the photo album. So if I had something in a USB port, it would play a slideshow right now. And also this is the movies. So the interview is now available for purchase. And directly, this is Sony's. I think Video Unlimited is Sony's, and Crackle's available. There's a bunch of different services available. And again, you can plug a USB memory card into the USB port with an adapter and watch video that way. I've done that a number of times because I don't own a Blu-ray player, and that's the only way for me to watch videos besides through cable. The other cool feature, it has PlayStation Now, which allows you to plug a Sony controller, and it says that right here, controller setup, pair a DualShock 3 to your TV, and you're ready to play. So you can, without having a PlayStation 3, you can play it directly on the TV. No problem there, which is pretty awesome. Now going through the menu, we have our settings. I mean, I'm a professional videographer, and I like calibrating things. I like having a lot of options. This TV delivers big time. Picture adjustments, you have your normal ones. Most people can understand: backlight, picture, brightness, color, hue, color temperature, all these options. As I'm going down, I hope you can see those. Motionflow. Now here's the thing, the very first thing I turn off, because I don't know if you're aware of this, but higher hertz, higher refresh rate televisions, they have this motion interpolation, which looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. It makes movies look like a soap opera, the soap opera effect they call it, and it makes sports look unnatural. I mean, sports are already shot 60 frames a second, which is more than enough. So Motionflow goes off, with the exception, there's one mode that I love, there's 2 modes. Impulse, which unfortunately does make the screen dim, and the other one is called True Cinema, which, here's why I would recommend a 120 Hertz TV over a 60 Hertz model. With film, you have something called 3 to 2 or 2 to 3 pull down. I think it's called 3 to 2 pull down. which is a way to convert 24 frames per second to 60 frames per second, or 60 hertz. With 120 hertz, the math allows you to have what looks like, just like what a film projector, which you see on a film projection screen, which I hate judder. That's one reason why I don't like to shoot 24p anything. The judder goes away and movies look great. Awesome feature. And the impulse is the other one. Impulse will make your TV look like it won't have any blur in it. I gotta come over a little bit. I'm being motioned over to move. Impulse, if you were actually to slow this down, which I might show, it's literally pulsating a light, and what that does is it gets rid of all the blur. So whenever you see like a news ticker at the bottom of the screen, if you notice on a lot of LCD screens, pretty much all of them, it blurs. The text is blurry. So when impulse is on, there's no more blur. It's what TV should look like and what TVs will all look like in the future. Beautiful. The only problem is some people are very sensitive to flicker. So, you know, impulse still needs to be worked out, but I'm telling you, impulse is going to be the future of televisions because it's cool. The problem is, again, it's dim. It's not as saturated. And yeah, you can adjust the picture to make it look better and brighter, but it's still not the same. So they're going to need to work out the kinks on that. Again, we have more options: advanced settings, black corrector, gamma, clear white, live color, white balance. I mean, it's so detailed, and you could go into individual primary color gains, biases. It's a ridiculously, you know, it could control pretty much everything that you need and want. What I like about it, it does support 60p right out of the box, which is going to be the new thing, 1080 60p. So in the future, broadcasters will start putting out 1080 60p. Right now, you're looking at mostly 1080 60i, maybe 1080 24p on Blu-ray. But the new Blu-ray format that's coming out, I think it's called Ultra HD Blu-ray or something like that, supports 60 progressive frames per second. So you're going to be able to take advantage of this TV. You already can if you have a 60p video and plug it into the USB port. But because of bitrate limitations with memory cards and with the interface, you're not getting that full 60p advantage, which I found that's the one downside of this television, is that it's not a computer. You know, it has a limited computer built into it. The processing power is not as good as maybe a higher end, like $2,000, $3,000 television could be, or what I would imagine it to be. But I'm not complaining because the picture quality on this is beautiful. The sound quality out of the speakers isn't too shabby either. The biggest thing that I found that I didn't like is, for some reason, the volume levels with voices tended to trail in and out, especially with movies. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know if that's an issue with surround sound not converting properly. I have everything set to stereo, but maybe it's an issue with that. I have no idea. But we did get a sound bar for the TV, as you can see. It actually was installed today, and I would recommend one. We have a Sony one that matches the TV really well, but that's audio is a preference for everybody. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, now as far as weight, this thing only weighs about 38 pounds, so as long as you're relatively strong, you can actually probably take it, although it's a little bit awkward, but it's very light. The bracket, the wall mount actually weighs more than the TV. I remember, I think it was 50 or 60 pounds, so the TV is light. Okay, now as far as viewing angle is concerned, this is about as far as you want to go, which is about probably 60 degrees, give or take. But the angle is pretty good for an LED screen. Now I can go to the side and I can still see the logo on the screen. No problem, but the colors do wash out. I don't think there's really any way around that. You know, I think plasma is like the only, plasma and CRT televisions are the only ones that don't have this issue. But yeah, the view angle is fine. It's just the colors start to desaturate. And it also gets a little bit fuzzy. As far as audio outputs, we have an optical output, which is feeding the soundbar, and we also have a 3.5 millimeter analog output, which you can use for like wireless headphones or something like that. The black level, good, but not pure black, that's for sure. And you know, that's still something that they need to improve on these television sets. Better than my 2008 model for sure, but still not as dark as black should be. It's still a darkish gray. Two final things. The matte screen, I love it because there's a lot of lights in this room, and also the windows during the day would cause a lot of glare on a glossy screen, and this is a matte screen, so it cuts down on the glare, and it's still sharp even though it's a matte screen, which Sony's great about. The other thing is that I don't like though, is there's only a few manual controls, so all the apps and all that, it's a tiny amount of controls on this television that manual controls, meaning that I could press with my fingers and not with a remote. So if you lose a remote, you're kind of screwed and you got to order another one. So maybe I would suggest buying a backup remote and storing it in a safe or something in case you lose it, because you know the way these TVs are, you know, they go out of, they obsolete them and then you can't buy a remote for them, you know, to go in and mess with all the apps, because I don't see a universal remote allowing you to do all that. Maybe, maybe not, maybe I'm just thinking, but besides all that, this is a great television, and for $1,100 and sometimes less when it's on sale, it's a bargain, especially for that X Reality Pro, or I might be saying it wrong, but that feature is not on most low-end models, which I know this is expensive for some people, but this is considered a low-end 60-inch TV, but it's beautiful. I have no problems with it. Like I said, I'm a video professional. I love the way it looks, so I think you'll love the way it looks. And that's about it. It looks great out of the box. And again, my name's Adam. Thanks for watching the video.